Hey everyone, Amy on Fire here. How y'all doing this evening? I am here this evening to talk to you about adaptogens. I have been mentioning them on and off for the past week or so, and I've had questions about what they are and what they do for you. So I said I would be here tonight to explain and answer any more questions you have. So if you have questions while I'm talking, please drop them in the comments, and I will do my best to address them as I'm talking, probably at the end. So the first thing you need to know about adaptogens is that they are a special class of herbs that are safe for consumption and for daily use. What they do is help a person adapt to, adapt to stress. And they exert a special effect, a normalizing effect on your body and mind. So they help your body regulate and function at its best. And I'm sorry I'm stumbling over my words tonight. I don't know what's going on. Too much kids. And they help improve your mood. So when you're stressed, your body has what is called a stress response, which is not good for your body. Well, it is good in a survival type situation, right? So normally when we get under stress, we go into a fight or flight response. Our body produces lots of adrenaline and lots of cortisol, and it gets ready to survive, right? That's what the stress response is made for. The hunter-hunted kind of situations. But unfortunately, now that we don't have lives where we're constantly worried about dying every second, other things cause us stress. Money causes us stress. Life causes us stress. Just trying to get to work on time, stresses from work, stresses from, you might feel guilty that you can't do as much with the kids as you want to do. There are so many things that put stress in our lives, and they cause the same kind of physical response that survival causes. And so when we do get stressed, our body, again, is thinking about survival, and it just stops thinking about how important it is for digestion, for example, to function. That's why our stomachs start to feel upset when we get stressed out, because digestion becomes a lower level function than survival in danger. And so I'm sure, as you've guessed, my life has been pretty stressful the past few years. Between getting separated and working towards divorce and being a single mom and trying to make sure we have enough money and the kids are taken care of and they have everything they need because I love them and I want them to have everything, as most of us moms do, it all just, it just builds and builds and builds. And for me, with all the stress, I just haven't felt like I've been the mom that I want to be. I don't feel like I was as patient as I used to be. And didn't feel like I've been functioning as the mom I want to be. Does that make sense? I know you've probably all been there. You look back and go, why did I yell at them for that thing? Why did I react that way? Why did I say that? Why didn't I just? So my goal is to get rid of those, why did I do that? Why didn't I just type thoughts and responses and get past that. So I started taking a specific regimen of adaptogens to help balance my body and help with the stress response, because I was just been feeling anxious and, like I said, just not like the mom I want to be. And I can tell you that after just a week and a half on this specific regimen, I'm seeing a difference. That split second where you wish you had, when you get your kid or someone you love says something and you just kind of snap and your blood boils and you come out with that initial mean response and you wish you could just suck it back in a few minutes later, and you're like, why did I blow up like that about that stupid thing? Well, just a week in, that is going away. I feel I suddenly have that little bit of time in my response to breathe and make a response that I'm more proud of and one that I would want my kids to mimic. I don't want them to be snappy because they see me being snappy, right? We don't want our kids to start acting the way we do when we're stressed out. And so I'm already feeling the difference, and I'm already seeing the improvements, and I know it's just going to get better. I know I'm not perfect, and I'm not trying to be. I never will be. Nobody is going to be perfect. But I want to be the best that I can be, and I know you want to be the best that you can be. And by cutting down that stress response, we can treat our loved ones the way we want to treat them and the way they deserve to be treated, right? Not to mention, it affects your health. So, like I said, for example, with stress, we have our initial stress response, and that's the fight or flight response. There's this general adaptation syndrome that we as humans have, or actually I think most mammals have this, and that's the stress response. So the initial response is that alarm, that fight or flight. That's when the adrenaline is produced, that's when the cortisol is produced, and it creates physical changes in our body. And then after that, we have the second stage, which is resistance. And that is when our body is trying to cool off a little bit, trying to get ready to go into healing and homeostasis so we can get back to normal. And then the third stage is exhaustion. So what happens is when the stress just keeps coming at us and coming and coming and coming, we move into an exhaustion phase. And that exhaustion phase is what really starts to hurt us. And that is kind of the phase that most of us function in every single day. Everybody's complaining about being busy. They're too busy for this, too busy for that. They don't get enough sleep. I hear it, actually, I see it on Facebook every day from all of you. And this constant stress is really what's going to take its toll on our bodies. Because once you get into that exhaustion, your body literally starts to break down. It's used up all its resources trying to repair itself, and it cannot keep up anymore. And that's where long-term disease and ailments start to set in over time. So the question here is, how exactly do adaptogens help? So what adaptogens do is mitigate your body's response to stress. They desensitize the reaction to stress while also increasing the threshold for its response to stressors. So when the stress comes at you, your body doesn't reach that fight or flight or that exhaustion phase nearly as quickly as it does without the support of adaptogens. So basically what it does is adaptogens help your body respond to stress and help you solve your problems, but they don't solve the problems for you. You do still have to do the other work to try to lower the stress levels in your life, but if you can get to a point where you can face your stress levels, your stresses, and not be, in that exhaustion phase all the time, they're actually going to be easier to get rid of. So adaptogens are non-toxic, and they don't have any ill effects, and they don't have any specific effects either. They have a balancing effect. They help your body act or function at an optimal level. So whether that's up or down, they help regulate your systems. They mainly work like on the HPA axis, your hypothyroid, pituitary, your like sex hormones, all of those systems that interact in the brain together. They help regulate and normalize their function. And I know I've been asked if they're safe while you're pregnant or breastfeeding, and most of them are. I would say if you were interested in some, that we would always research which ones you're looking at and make sure that they're safe for your particular situation. But overall, they're safe for everybody. You can't take too much. So there's not really such thing as, an overdose. Your body uses them as needed. So I hope this helped answer some of your questions tonight. And if you have any more questions, please drop them below and let me know what you're thinking, and I will get back to you later. Have a great night.